Throughout our college career and throughout our lives, we feel many emotions. Every single emotion we feel is different, but they all play a vital role in how our bodies function and how well we sleep, how well we eat, and how well we treat others. These emotions include happiness, anger, sadness, excitement, stress, and many more. Although each emotion is different, they all play major roles in our everyday lives. Feelings of happiness, excitement, and pleasure come from the prefrontal cortex or front part of the brain. Feelings of sadness, anger, and fear come from the amygdala or the rough almond-shaped middle part of our brains. Happiness, such as graduating from college or high school, causes us to smile bright and feel good. Stress, such as heavy workloads, cause us to worry and lose sleep. Anger causes us to say or do things that we may regret later. Have you ever wondered what actually happens in our mind and bodies when we feel these emotions? I know I have. So today I will be explaining what happens inside and outside of our bodies when we go through different emotional attitudes and what they cause us to do. Let us begin by explaining what are emotions. In a simple explanation, emotions are intuitive thoughts or feelings that are felt when we receive certain news, knowledge, or experience different situations. According to Psychology Today, the scientific term for the nature of emotions are perceptions of changes in our bodies and such as hormone levels and heart rate. However, many scientists would argue what the definition of emotions mean. Some would argue with Psychology Today and some would disagree. Others would argue that emotions are judgments of our current situation, how we respond to that current situation, and how that situation would meet our personal goals. Before writing and presenting this speech, I would have disagreed with Psychology Today and argued that emotions are only how we respond to certain situations in our lives. Now, after doing research and after completing this assignment, I've learned a lot about the science of our emotions and what goes through our bodies when we feel these types. I would agree with Psychology Today. Advances in science and technology and neuroscience also allowed psychologists and many researchers, scientists to suggest how our brains generate emotions through a combination of cognitive recognition and bodily perception. Let's say you just won a $2 million lottery. Most would obviously feel happy, excited, shocked. Naturally, when we become excited or happy, our heart rate increases and our pupils dilate. Our brain will send a chemical called dopamine throughout our body, and this is what causes us to feel our heart rate increase and our pupils to dilate. When dopamine is sent throughout our body, it can improve our blood flow, causing us to feel more energized and more aware and alert. Dopamine is one of our neurotransmitters, or a chemical that is released by neurons in our brain that sends signals to other nerve cells in our bodies. These neurotransmitters control everything we do, from sleep to our emotions to metabolism. Dopamine is also known as the feel-good hormone and deals with the front part of our brain. This part of the brain is also associated with the reward and pleasure feeling. Now that we know what causes us to feel happy and excited, let's find out what causes us to feel other types of emotions and find out what other neurotransmitters cause us to feel. There are too many neurotransmitters in the human body to count. However, dopamine is only one of the major neurotransmitters that cause us to feel emotions. The other major neurotransmitter is serotonin. In 2014, study done by Healthline.com, researchers found that serotonin is linked to several conditions, including bipolar disorders and anxiety disorders. These disorders are a result of low serotonin levels in our body that is available to the brain, which can cause depression. Researchers have also found that serotonin helps regulate our social behavior, digestion, memory, appetite, and sleep. According to verywellmind.com, serotonin is mostly found in our intestines because it has a major role in our digestive system. What we eat has effects on how we feel. Just like dopamine is the feel-good hormone, serotonin is the well-being and the nature of our everyday lives that naturally balances all of our moods. Little or too much of serotonin can cause mood swings and can cause someone to fall deeply into depression. That is why it is important for us to eat responsibly and healthy throughout our days. Within the last 40 years of research and advancements in science, scientists have found that emotions are different than our feelings. How so, you ask? Well, according to Dr. Damasio, University of Iowa, the words feelings and emotions are often used interchangeably. This is because feelings and emotions are closely related and connected. Emotions are more of a complex reaction the body has towards certain experiences. Emotional reactions occur naturally, automatically, and without us even knowing. In other words, emotions occur during physical stimuli. Feelings occur after we become aware of physical changes around us. As humans, it is a good thing to be able to feel all emotions, good or bad, because they all have a vital role in how our bodies function. In review, I have talked about what emotions are, what chemicals are released from the neurons in our brain when we feel these different types of emotions throughout our days, and what the difference is between emotions and feelings. So the next time you feel happy or sad, your body and mind go through many chemical changes without you even knowing.